Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Just want to share with you guys a deck that I used this weekend to play in the 5K tournament. Got a first and second with my buddy, and then we split the top. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And he was playing some runic deck, and he was known that if it's eradicated him, he just lose the game. So, but we didn't want to play for another hour, so we just went home instead. But yeah, no more further ado, let me show you guys the list. It's a little bit different than the original, so you may learn one or two things from this, but let's go with it. So start up, it's just the basic 3 Tearlaments Toadally, Mary, 3 Halfness, and I only play 2 Rhino Herd. In this build I have, we don't really have to play the 4 of them, but we need to play all the important one. I will show you a card that wise we need to play these at 4. But other than that, the danger engine that I play, just a very small engine of danger, just 3 Nessie, 3 1 Cheklo, 1 Tsuchinoko. I'm pretty sure that's all you really need. And these are all the good ones. You don't want to play all the bad one because they don't really make a link 4. That's why I didn't need to play the level 4. But here's the difference between the other one that with my build is that I play Swap Frogs and Rodent Totems. The reason for this, it is a very strong normal summon to go together with the Spright engine, which I play very heavy engine of them. So if you see, I play all of these Spright card monster. So you can start your turn by normal summon Swap Frog, special summon blue, and then searching for red, and at that point you already nip proof. You can also go to F right way to make special summon swap monster back, and then make Toad that way. In that scenario, you will have 2 negate already before you actually make any Tearlaments play, and that will play around with the insane combo of Nip Gamma, Nip Imperm. But yeah, so with that, these are the 2 other one-off that I play. First Unknown and the Destrudo. Very basic, nothing special about them. And this is the different one that people do play these, but they don't play these together with a Swap Frog. And in my opinion, for my build, it is very good. So the reason why is for the punk build, they don't do this, right? So usually when they end board, they ending on Baron to negate plus something else. But for my scenario, I will ending on Totally Awesome, and then this card help a lot with discarding these, making fusion right away. You can discard Nessie also to get a search and also a draw one. And very funny interaction that I don't know if you guys have run through before, but with this is a frog, so I can use that for Rodent Toad and banish to special summon it also. It came up a few times, but yeah. So that is all of the monster, and these are all the engine that we play with. These come with, go together with the Abion. But yeah, you go to the spell. So for the spell, we play 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Instant Fusion, triple Super Poly. This card is the MVP the whole weekend. It's pretty much clear every board that you really need to clear, and then it does the Spright board. You can do into battle phase, clear the Toad, and then the extra frog that is special, or the red, and then also the F that if they have those 2 on. And then attack over the other one. So yeah, and then I played 3 to 3 spell. Already at 43, I could go. I really want to play terraforming, but that is just kind of I don't want to go too much further from 40s in the deck. So, and then I do play 2 of the Sulik Trap and then Eradicator. So pretty much every time I go first this weekend, Eradicator is happening to them, either spell, trap. It depends on matchup after game 1, but usually in game 1 I always call spell. And then usually my end board was I can show you real quick my end board look like. Usually it's gonna be elf plus griffin plus a Totally Awesome in the middle, and then usually a gigantic with a material under it for the Eradicator. So usually after this resolve, they don't have a way to break the board anymore, especially when you have a 2 Omni Gate plus, you know, like a floodgate basically for all special summon monster. So yep, that's pretty much the main deck. Now I can probably show you guys the extra deck a little bit before we can, you know, explain my reasoning in some of these. So we have to play one of the Death Fraud just for the High Spirit engine. Very good, because after the first turn you draw one and then get fusion summoning. After that, every time when you send a fusion, every turn when you have a fusion monster that gets sent to the graveyard, you get to add back the quick play, and then the next time you can do the same thing again. Yeah, that's insane. And then I do play like the basic five fusion monster that you always want to play with this Tearlaments deck. These always recycle each other. You know, you usually always go with Kid first, and then after Kid, you either making this or this, and then with that, after that, you can recycle with the Swamp. For these two are like the second one, right? So this, I recycle this back into the deck by summoning this the Gagura, and then after Gagura, I will recycle Gagura plus add one of the fusion back for, you know, either Rapid Plan or the Mud Dragon. Depends on the you know, the feud I need, which one I need more. And then one Clydo Hurt, of course, because this is very good interruptions. Because if I was halfness during their turn, I usually ending on this in their turn. So usually I get to shuffle back one and then get a follow up for next turn. So yeah, that's is that. And then for the link, I do play 2F. Very important. I always want to cut one, but I don't think I can because this card is so important, because with the combo, you always gonna use the first one to go into the negation and then go into the sprite right away. But and then the second one come up after you link it everything away. You want to have Alpha Gain up on an extra monster zone for the follow up next turn. But yeah, other than that, so the link to that I play is Dart. Pretty easy to say, you know, always special back there blue, getting your full sprite engine going. Or this can come into, you know, special back if some player they don't shuffle back the kit colors. I usually special it back, get a search, and then do its effect. They get the Mufai, but you get the most of the good effect out of it. And then I don't do that a lot though, because I was always afraid that, you know, if I do that, they will get the effect to you know, those 5 commune could be, you know, one of the names, and they're gonna start going off from there. But usually I just take it, do a search, and then that's it. And then I do play Curious. There's no more to say. Curious and Eradicator, and then Griffin, just get it back to set it back. Very strong combo right now. And then Griffin by itself is insane too. If you just have, like, you know, Elf plus Griffin, that does give a lot of people a lot of hard time to break through the board, because they cannot activate them special summon effect. I don't give them a zone to them to look to, so they have to make their own before they can actually activate any effect. So it's hard for them sometimes. But yeah. And then I do play the Zero Boros is normal. It's how you ending the game, you know, after you you know, using snow a few times, you know, summoning dust, and, you know, banish the whole board in some scenario. Or it just come down to be like 10,000 attacks as attacker of something in the end game. And then Appaloosa, I play Appaloosa because so in the punk build they don't have the spot to do it. Usually in the punk build they will be playing these 3 cards right here. Is the, you know, Hacker Fibrax plus the Chaos Dragon, and then the Baron. So in my build I already have the Toad for the negation, which is why I have to I don't have to, you know, always go for Baron. And then some scenario, you know, when you have already get Eradicator in your hand, you can just skip the step of Griffin, and sometimes I just making Appaloosa sometime on top instead of making the Griffin there. But yeah, and for the last 2 is the 2 XYZ is Totally Awesome and Gigantic Sprite. So these 2 serve the purpose of you know, need proof, right? So Totally Awesome always is a very good Omni Gate that go together with Sprite Elf. Because I play Toad and Swap Frog in my main, it make my Sprite engine a lot stronger. So if they were able to hand trap my Tearlaments monster effect, you know, to fusions, I turn away from it and start going you know, like the Sprite engine build, right? And then when you don't go to the tier build, your end board will be something very very different, because you're gonna have like Alf plus Totally Awesome plus like, you know, what's the card name? We will also get like, you know, a Smasher set, as well as, you know, one negate, which is a red, and that usually is the end board that that I will go into if I didn't hit if they just hand trapping the T effect, you know, like hand trap the fuse spell, hand trapping, you know, like ashing my Shader in hand and stuff like that. So usually in the end board like this, you know, like in the end board we have like already like 4 negate if they already do 2 or 3 hand trap to us. So that's why it's pretty good. So whole weekend I kind of feel like I never break, because like even if I break with like card, like, you know, just Sprite card, I can still make a 2 negate board easily with, you know, the Swap Rocks, because they are in my deck, and they're providing very powerful follow-up too, because Toad will get me back either a Swap Rock, or I can also get back like Rhino Herd if it's in my graveyard ready. But yep, so that's pretty much just the main deck. I can probably give you guys a little bit more, you know, of the tutorial on how my board building up, and how is you know, making to the game. But yeah, that will be another different video if you guys really want that to be, and I can probably show you guys the combo a little bit more. But here's my side deck. So 3 cherries, very important right now. In the mirror, the mirror can take, you know, very long time. It's very stressful if you keep go back and forth. But sometimes, you know, if you have blowout call like this, you know, the game could be ending real fast. So you don't have that problem to bring to time, you know. And then these guys, you know, who will go first, they have a way to burn, they just win right away. So that's why I want to go for something that, you know, end their turn right away. You know, don't let them keep going and, you know, wasting time. But yeah, cherries is very important. And then this is the combo that you probably have to play these days, you know, Nibiru and Gamma. These are to solve the problem with in the mirror when they're making Abyss Dweller, which I also have in my side deck. This always coming in against the mirror, because, you know, instead of making like a whole, you know, Eradicator combo, I usually end on Toad plus plus Abyss Dweller, or Toad plus Abyss Dweller plus Appaloosa. With that, I got two Omni Negate from Toad, because, you know, F with special 1 back, and I got Appaloosa with 2 to 3 material plus Abyss Dweller, and that's probably like combo board, right? So sometimes they cannot really break through that board, even if they have, you know, dot ruler no more and stuff like that, unless they have like, you know, something somehow to stop this in the standby phase or draw phase. They will be locked under it. So the mirror is very easy if you have like, you know, the board for it. And this guy is so good in the mirror. So I always make it the mirror instead of prioritize on Eradicator. Because after game 1, if they see that I do Eradicator, game 2 and 3, usually they set out a lot of spell. They want to keep all the monster into making sure that they don't get Eradicator if I go first. So yeah, and then these are just 3 cosmic and one red reboot just for the back row matchup. With, you know, with the adding of, you know, a High Spirit and the Abion, it giving me another draw engine, right? So I do a draw 1 every turn basically, because during my turn, if I start with this, I do a fusion, and then obviously it's a draw 1, and then during their turn, when my fusion summon happening, right, I will able to add this back to my hand, and then the next time when I start a turn, I can actually activate it again to start a turn with a draw 1. So like it's really easy for me to get to these core. That's why I didn't want to play more, but in like maybe a bigger event where, like, you know, more trap deck will be heavily used, I will probably need more than this. But in the meta where, you know, Tearlaments and Spright is probably dominating right now, I feel like these hand trap are very important. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.